At pinili ko na malayo ako para hindi na nila intindihin pati yung paglibing sa akin, anong mangyayari. I made detailed arrangements. Ayokong magdulot pa ng sakit ng ulo sa lahat. Gusto ko maging madali na lang para sa kanila yung pagkawala ko.
Sa likod ng mga punchline, emosyonal na ibinahagi ng komedyanteng si Tuesday Vargas ang panahong muntik na siyang sumuko sa buhay. Ito ay bilang bahagi ng paggunita ng Suicide Prevention Month ngayong Setyembre. Mapapanood sa TikTok video na humahagulgol siya sa iyak at maririnig sa background ang voice-over na Setyembre ay National Suicide Prevention Month, a month to remember the lives lost to suicide. Aminado si Tuesday na dumaan siya sa mga sandaling naisip niyang tapusin na ang lahat, pero nananatili siyang buhay dahil sa kabutihan ng Diyos. May mga panahong sobrang lapit ko na. Hindi niya ako hinayaang matuloy na mawala. Please check on your friends, even the ones who are smiling all the time. Life is hard enough as it is. Be someone's safe space if you can, caption ni Tuesday sa kanyang video. Nagbahagi rin si Tuesday ng isa pang video kung saan makikitang nasa tabing dagat siya, ang araw na aniyay balak na sana niyang gawing kanyang last day. This was supposed to be my last day ever, but the sky opened up and I think the Lord said to me, "This world is a better place with you in it." Saad niya sa post. Dagdag pa niya, I cried my eyes out. I knew then that it still wasn't my time, that the Lord still has a mission for me. I am reaching out to whoever might need this. Life will get hard, and you may think you cannot bear it, but God will carry you through. Trust in Him. Matatanda ang noong nakaraang buwan, unang naging bukas si Tuesday tungkol sa kanyang mga pinagdaanang pang-aabuso, autism at mental health struggles. Isa rin ito sa mga dahilan kung bakit siya nagbitiw bilang main host ng Your Honor podcast ng GMA's ULOL, kung saan pinalitan siya ni Charis Solomon.
Hello, ako si Tuesday Vargas at simula ngayon lagi na ako nandito. May nag-a-ask ng story time. Ayan, magre-reply tayo kay Majel Tamayo tungkol dun sa post ko about unaliving yourself. Warning muna, trigger warning for everybody. Sa lahat ng nagsasuffer sa depression, anxiety, yung mga may suicidal ideations, what I'm about to discuss is something sensitive, and if you feel that you can handle it, pwede muna kayong mag-scroll past this post. As always, I'm going to put in the description box some helplines that you can call in case you need support and you need somebody to talk to. Okay, so yung post ko, it was in 2023, so 2 years ago lang yan. I was in a very dark place at that time. Somebody I really cared for wasn't very truthful to me, and ang dami kong nawala sa buhay ko. Marami akong na-lose. Hindi lang pera, hindi lang connections, hindi lang friendships. Pati identity ko na parang slowly nawawala na, yung hindi ko na nakikilala yung dating malakas na ako, yung nakaka-cope na ako, yung somebody that has it all figured out. Parang that period in my life was so dark na ang tanging hope or form of control ko na lang is to just disappear. Siguro nakadagdag din yung may problema ako pero parang tinakasan ko siya. Pumunta ako ng Amerika, nagstay ako doon ng mahigit 1 buwan. Tapos halos araw-araw may ginagawa ko, nagtatrabaho ako, nilulunod ko sa distractions. Yung moments na supposedly dapat dinidil ko yung problema ko, or nagpo-pause ako para mabigyan ko yung sarili ko ng ample time to recover from the pain, and then when I'm ready, finally deal with it and face it. So ang bigat-bigat talaga nung panahon na yan at hindi ko siya maharap. Nagpaka-busy na lang ako para hindi ko siya masyadong maintindihan or buhatin nung point na yun. Nung natapos yung tour after my last show, instead of going back directly to the Philippines, I took 5 days off para lang mag-reset. Pumunta ako ng Hawaii. Tapos I really tried to do the things that I love. I surfed, I met up with friends, I ate food that I really enjoy eating. Medyo pumayat kasi talaga ako nun kasi pati yung food, nililimit ko na parang things that taste good before then taste good now that I'm sad. Basta things I used to enjoy, wala nang ganong appeal sa akin. So I really tried. I looked at art, I went shopping, I called up friends, pero hindi ko magawang masabi sa kanila what was really wrong. Kasi alam ko may mga problema din silang sarili, marami rin silang iniintindi. At parang every time mag-open up ako sa kaibigan ko, lagi nilang sinasabi, "Uy, ba't ka ganyan? Hindi ka namin kilalang ganyan, nami-miss namin yung Izel na masayahin. Stop it, don't be like that." And it pains me when people say that. I know they're just trying to help me out and be nice. But it kinda invalidates my feelings at that time, so I'd rather na magsaya-sayahan na lang and talk about other things kesa yung ikwento ko talaga yung problema ko. Day 1 was okay, day 2 was okay, day 3 was okay, day 4 medyo nagsisink in na nauuwi na ako ng Pilipinas. So that last day, I decided to go to the North Shore, yung nakita niyong video. Tapos naglalakad ako. I was saying goodbye to the earth. Sabi ko, ang ganda-ganda ng mundo. Ang dami-daming mga bagay na ika-count mo as blessings. Pero bakit parang hindi ko siya nararamdaman? Bakit parang hindi ako present for this? For the beautiful sunset, for this beautiful location. It was my first time in Hawaii and it has long been my dream to go to this place. Pero wala siyang naidudulot na happiness sa akin at that moment. Pagbalik ko ng hotel, nagsulat ako ng several letters. I wrote a letter to my parents. I wrote a letter to my brother, my son. I wrote a letter to my friends. In general na lang kasi ang dami nila na baka magtaka kung ano mangyayari. At pinili ko na malayo ako para hindi na nila intindihin pati yung paglibing sa akin, ano mangyayari. I made detailed arrangements on how to do it. Hindi ko naman din gustong maging pabigat even if after I end it all and I'm gone. Ayokong magdulot pa ng sakit ng ulo sa lahat. Gusto ko maging madali na lang para sa kanila yung pagkawala ko. Nung nandun ako sa edge ng balcony, tinitignan ko pa talaga sa baba kung saan ako babagsak. Kung may tatamaan ba akong ibang tao, may madadamay pa ako. I was at the back end of the building. I really chose that. I was on a high floor sa likod ng building para talagang wala akong maperwisyo. Medyo may ganun pa akong conscious effort na wag akong makaabala kasi I just want to go quietly without telling anybody, without being a burden, as I said. Naalala ko, huminga ako ng malalim. Naalala ko, nagsasorry ako. Una-una sa anak ko. Kasi maiiwan siya. Naalala ko, nagsasorry ako sa nanay ko. Kasi alam ko, iiyak siya pag nalaman niya na nangyari to. At baka sisihin niya yung sarili niya. Sinabi ko sa letter ko na this is nobody's fault. This is on me. And I love you, all of you. Please think of me in the most treasured memory that you have of me. And remember me smiling, making people laugh. That's how I want to be remembered. And just as I was about to do it, paggabi na nito, no, ewan ko, biglang bumukas yung langit, tas merong huling ray of sunshine na dumapo sa mukha ko, tas tumingin ako sa langit. Lord, ano to? Sabi ko, kinakausap mo ba ako? Tas parang ang init, may nag-gush na warmth sa akin. Tas naiyak na lang ako. Hindi ko may paliwanag kung ano yung nararamdaman ko, pero parang may yakap, parang merong mainit na yakap. It was at that point that I know God was with me. God was saying to me, anak ko, kailangan ka pa ng mundo. Meron ka pang gagawin. Hindi pa tapos yung kwento mo. So I stepped away from the balcony. I closed the sliding door and I sat on my bed and I cried my eyes out. I ripped up all the letters. Ilagay ko siya sa isang parang lalagyan na bakal, tapos sinunog ko siya. At sabi ko sa sarili ko, siguro tama itong nararamdaman ko. Pag uwi ko sa Pilipinas, mag-iisip ako mabuti kung anong pwede kong gawin sa platform ko, sa boses ko. Kasi I'm sure hindi ako nag-iisa sa pakiramdam na to, na maraming nakakaranas ng ganitong feelings araw-araw. It was at that moment that I decided na I could be of use, that the Lord has given me a mission, a purpose in life. At yun ay siguro ayoko maging hero or tawagin niyo ako na kahit ano. Ipakita yung vulnerability sa mga tao na yes, these things do happen. And people who make you happy, make you smile, are sometimes the most broken ones. Gusto ko sabihin na hindi laging ganito. Minsan nakikita niyo ako nakangiti at masaya. And namimiss ko yung ganong version ko at gusto kong ibalik yun. I would like to end this video with hope and with a prayer. Thank you, Lord, for giving me another chance. And I'm very sorry I was weak at that point. But thank you for giving me strength. Thank you for letting me stay. And to those of you who are feeling this way, this is one thing I have to say to you. We still need you. Stay. Don't go. Okay? Kaya natin to. Yun lang.